Come on. That is the end of the excitement. You got to see that go before you go. I might be checking some messages. I don't know. Some important things. Sure. She makes a double life. She makes two from one and one. She makes a perfect system every day. She makes it work. She stands there in the doorway of her mother's house, looking at the grass and sky and at where they meet, never once thinking thoughts like, it's so like a line, or the difference is so powerful, or which way shall I take to leave? My mind turns to my breath. 1. My mind watches my breath. 2. My mind turns and watches my breath. 3. My mind turns and faces my breath. 4. My mind faces my breath. 5. My mind studies my breath. 6. My mind sees every aspect of the beauty of my breath. 7. My mind watches my breath soothing itself. 8. My mind sees every part of my breath. 9. My breath is not indifferent to itself. She never thinks of possibility or of how probable it is that they have come together. Those thoughts never enter her mind, nor do thoughts of sports. She has no desire to improve her muscles. For her, piano playing is the only mystery. It's so beautiful, and how they do it, no one knows. She gets catalogs of every sort in the mail. Everything imaginable is pictured. She finds her way among the pictures without hesitation. Happiness is just around the corner. She is entirely without shame. The numbers are made of rubber or something like that. They stretch. They never lose their shape. They are ageless. They don't need repair. They need attention and respect. She thinks about two things that I know of, and one is elevation. And that comes clothed in light, so to speak. She loathes the dark. She sleeps in light. She likes highness. 4,128 feet here, 4,218 feet there, and the body of the house itself. $14.28 here, $48.12 there. The other is proportion. Coincidence isn't a mystery to her. The margin is always wide enough. 42 or 40 with 20 is always 62 or 60. And I mean 42 with 20 can be 60 as well as 62. And the other way around. Just as 10 and 20 can be 32 or 30, or 12 and 20 can be 30. She stands there in the doorway of her mother's house and thinks these thoughts. That $14.28 is more attractive than $14 because of the 28. No one likes or dislikes zeros. And that 42 or 40 is fixed in some way. Thinks about her father's age. She does the calculations one more time. She remembers 62. 30 and some number is 62. And that number with 10 is 42. She remembers 42. Remembers is the wrong word. She dwells on 42. She turns and faces it. She watches. She studies it. It is the key. The mystery of the balances is there. The Masonic secret lies there. The church forbids its angels' entry there. The gypsies camp there. Blood is exchanged there. Mothers weep there. It is night there. 30 and some number is 62, and that number with 10 is 42. And that number translates now to then. That number is the answer in the way that numbers answer. Simple coincidence, a notion among notions, is all one needs to know. My mind turns to my breath. My mind watches my breath. My mind turns and watches my breath. Turns and faces my breath. My mind faces my breath. My mind studies my breath. My mind sees every aspect of the beauty of my breath. My mind watches my breath soothing itself. My mind sees every part of my breath. My breath is not indifferent to itself. She waked at 10. She remembers 10. She left the dark at 10. She waked in light. So 42 or 40 or 44 is fixed. $14.28 is more attractive than $14. It's just that way. The firmness of it is a consolation. Three men have loved her. One a decade on average. Uncertainties are wrong. In this scene, there is one shot. Giordano Bruno comes to mind. Whoever he is. She is in the doorway of her mother's house. She faces south. We see it two ways. First is the house behind her and the great northern constellations. She looks away from difference and discrepancy. Magnetic north, true north, the North Star path. It's two like the calculations, except that 10 and 42 are fixed together. We are looking west. She is on the right edge of the shot. She is Earth. We are the sun. People are gathered in the backyard, and this is the celebration of the changing of the light. They do it as often as they can in summer. They come to talk. They pass the time. They soothe their thoughts with lemonade. They say things like, "She never really had a stitch that she could call her own, poor thing." And, "Carl's still president of the bank, isn't he?" And, "Now if I was doing it," and, "She didn't really cook much. She never really had the time, you know." And, "Well, I wouldn't say that. Not at all." They are the planets in this scheme of things. Giordano Bruno's shot. The problem is the arc, the changing angle of the shot. It defies geometry. The drawings of a many-centered solar system, when we meet them in the books, make us avert our eyes. Heresy is heresy. She's standing in the doorway of her mother's house, the doorway to the back porch. The backyard is the south. And behind her, the great northern constellation rises in the majesty of its architecture. Well, maybe that's too much. Let's just say that contradictions are behind her. And in the backyard, God, this set of circumstances that is indescribable with our geometry, a picnic of sorts, a celebration of the changing of the light, and we glide through that chaos, facing her, watching her, studying her, not circling, remember, circling but not circling her. She is circling. We are circling. Now she is on the left edge, caught still in her accounting of those 3 decades silently. She is so beautiful. Quote, pre-industrial, unquote, equation. God, this is sentimental. This is the hour of the mystery of the barn swallows. 1. Where do they go in daytime? 2. Do they never rest? 3. When you buy them in the store, made in China, on the ends of strings, they do exactly what they do alive. 4. How is that possible? The idea of the changing center is not in anything we make. Our toys run down. On the other hand, of course, the Chinese are said not to take pictures, at least not of the outside. 6 of 1, 2 times 3 of 1, 5 plus 1 of 1, 9 minus 3 of 1, half a dozen of the other. It would be perfect if, as we made the great curve through the heavens of the backyard, providentially or accidentally, depending on your point of view, each of the planets would move exactly in the path and at the speed and with the purpose of the expression of the other idea. Maybe that's too much to wish. Giordano Bruno, I think they burned him. He was too positive. Fight fire with fire. In this shot, he is right about the larger order, whatever that means. There is the sun and the earth and some center that they share. All other facts in this heaven. 1 has climbed a tree. 2 are eating watermelon. 1 always says, it's getting late. 1 succeeded at the plant. 1 works at the bank. The specialists. They are places hard to fix upon the memory. Sundown, 1, the time it disappears. Gloaming, 2, the twilight, dusk. Crepuscule, the twilight, 3, the half-light. Twilight, 4, pale purplish blue to pale violet, lighter than dusk blue. Civil twilight, until the sun is up to 6 degrees below horizon. Enough light on clear days for ordinary occupations. Nautical twilight until the sun is up to 12 degrees below the horizon. Astronomical twilight until the sun is 18 degrees down, more or less. Clair de lune, 5, greener and paler than the dusk. Dusk, 6, redder and darker than clair de lune. Dear George, what's going on? I'm not the same person I used to be. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to this festival.